Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me for this segment, we have Sara Mehle, Index Research Strategist at Nasdaq Investment Intelligence, to discuss indicators that suggest the majority of Nasdaq-100 constituents are trading on buy signals. Sara, it's great to see you as always. Welcome back to Trade Talks, and let's get an update here on your point and figure work.
Hey, Jill, happy Friday. It's been a little while since we've reviewed the point and figure chart here, so I wanted to take this chance, we're a few weeks before the end of the quarter, just to kind of see where we are for the year. So we're looking again at the Nasdaq-100 trend chart. This is the point and figure chart, and year to date, we're up about 41.5% on a price return basis. This chart moved into a positive trend in February of this year. We've since seen it give 3 consecutive buy signals, which are the dark green X's on the screen right above that red line, which is the trend line. And those 3 consecutive buy signals are a bullish sign. We are showing follow through to the upside. Yes, we have had pullbacks, but overall, we have been able to continue to move past levels of resistance. We are now 2 boxes from a 4th consecutive buy signal, which would happen at 16,000 or higher. And right now we have support there at 14,600. We are 8% off, approximately 8% off of our all-time high. So we are getting there. That was hit in November of 2021. But if you look back at the action that we saw just last year, we saw so much price action up and down on this chart. And this year, we've really just seen those continual move higher with those brief pullbacks. But I think that this chart is a good-looking one at the moment.
And how about if we take a deeper dive into the technicals? What is it telling you there in terms of how the constituents are trading on buy signals?
As you mentioned, 66% of the stocks within the Nasdaq-100 index are trading in a positive trend. So they are generally moving higher. The weekly distribution right now, the average is -6. So right there in the middle of the 10-week trading band, about 100, anywhere between 70 and 100 would be considered to be oversold, heavily oversold. And anything around, I would say, -70 to -100 would be oversold. So right now we are well in the middle of the trading band, saying that we're not too extended one way or the other. And then when we look at the bullish percent, so that's looking at the 100 stocks within the Nasdaq-100 and looking at their individual charts to see if they are trading on those point and figure buy signals, which again tells us that demand is in control. 58% of the stocks are trading on point and figure buy signals, and then also 58% are showing positive relative strength versus the S&P 500 equal weighted index. So overall, those numbers, we see them all, above 50, which is good. The positive trend line, we like to see that number above 50. That is indicative of a healthy market environment. 66, we do like to see that. So that is a strong number. And again, more than half trading on buy signals, and more than half are now showing relative strength versus the broader market.
And finally, what about relative performance comparisons to other indexes that are somewhat similar?
Yep, so we can take relative strength, the concept of looking at daily relative price movement, and we can plot those on a point and figure chart. So on the screen, we have 2 charts. We have the Nasdaq-100 versus the S&P 500, and we also have the Nasdaq-100 versus the ARK Innovation ETF, symbol ARKK. On the left, the Nasdaq-100 versus the S&P 500, that chart has actually maintained a relative strength buy signal, saying that you are better off owning, if you had to choose between one or the other, which one has a stronger relative strength. The Nasdaq-100 has had that strength signal since November of 2002. We've seen the index gain over 1,500%, outperforming the S&Ps by nearly 900%. So again, if you were to choose one or the other, this chart is what it is developed to guide you into the security or the index with the strongest relative strength based on relative price movement. And then looking at the Nasdaq-100 versus ARKK, that gave a buy signal back in October of 2022. So we had seen that did maintain a buy signal for a while, moved to a sell, but we have been on a buy signal now since October of 2022. And since that time, the Nasdaq-100 is up 44%, outperforming ARKK's 27% by a margin of about 17%. So we can use these charts, to take a technical read on the market. Right now, again, trading on 3 consecutive buy signals, two boxes from a potential 4th in a positive trend, trading right in the middle of the trading band. And overall, when we take that relative strength and we look at it versus other indexes and other ETFs, we are showing strength. So even though it's been a quiet quarter so far, we are still up 41% so far this year. And we'll see how we wrap up the quarter in the next few weeks.
All right. Sounds good, Sara. Appreciate the insight as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.